hope you're all well. So I decided to treat myself to a blind date with a book, and I got this off of a shop off Etsy. I can't remember the name of the shop right now, but when I do, I will leave it here, or I will let you know a bit later on in the video. And I'm really excited to give this a go. I did get the book talk option. They did have so many other options, but I thought I would go for a book talk one, a book talk favorite. I've just lost the sticker, and I'm really excited and intrigued to find out what is in here. I'm really hoping it's a book that I haven't already got. I thought that by going for a book talk one, I might have more chance of having a book that I haven't already got. So let's go through this, see exactly what's in the package, and also what the book is that I am going to read for this vlog. So we have a sticker that says "Love Yourself," which is really cute. We also have a crystal sticker, which is absolutely adorable, and then a "Go Away, I'm Reading" sticker. These would be really cute for like my Kindle. Then we do have some tea. So this is strawberry and cucumber green tea with aloe vera, a Twinings one, which is nice. We have this really cute cat bookmark, The Magic Library. That is the shop. I will leave a link to them in the description box down below if you want to go and check them out. And then we do have an instant hot chocolate and a lotus biscuit as well, which is absolutely perfect. And then the wrapping for this is so pretty. I absolutely love this. Look at how cute it is. Gonna take a really quick Instagram picture actually, and then I will come back to you and open the rest of it. Okay, I'm back. So let's open this up. I kind of don't want to undo it all because it's so pretty. Oh, have I managed to go and put a knot in this now? Absolutely bloody typical. Got my cloud thing. Okay, there is also a postcard that says "You are wonderful," which is a thank you from the Magic Library. And then the book. This is just so pretty. Ignore this, please. If you hear banging, I'm having my chimney removed today. Trying to open this in such a way that I don't see the book until you guys see the book with me. Okay. What is it? I've read it! God damn! Oh, bloody hell. It was bound, I mean, it was bound to happen, wasn't it? It was bound to happen. Oh no, I don't know what to do with this now, because I've read it. It's a good shout though. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I really enjoyed this one. I think I gave it 4 stars. I actually enjoyed the second one more because I really like Fox's character. But this one follows Piper and also Brendan. Brendan's a fisherman. Piper ends up going to this small town with her sister to run the pub that her dad used to own. They're kind of being knocked down a peg or two because they really need bringing back down to the real world. Their parents, their mum and stepdad are very rich, and they really do need bringing back down to earth. So they get sent to this small town to rebuild this small pub that their dad used to own. They never knew their dad, and then kind of run the pub essentially, and she ends up falling in love with this fisherman, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic because Brendan ends up doing a lot of the work on the pub for them, and he knew their dad very well. So yeah, it was just really good. I had a fantastic time with this one. So yeah, I don't know what to do with this video idea now, or this book, because I already have my own copy. Mine is also a floppy copy, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, that was a flop, but I don't know whether to try again or what. I don't know. I'm gonna have to come up with something to do with the rest of this video, so I will come up with something and let y'all know, I suppose.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Hello loves. Okay, I'm back after that disastrous turn with that blind date with the book and it being It Happened One Summer. I have come up with a solution. I was in Waterstones this morning and I ended up picking another blind date with a book up. So we're going to give this one a bash and see if this works, and if it doesn't I'm going to have to scrap this whole video. So this one says, I don't usually enjoy this particular trope, but I love this book. It has brilliant characters and ADHD representation, a really fun read. Can you guess what caught my attention with this description? If you guessed ADHD representation, you would be correct. I want to read more books with ADHD representation to see if I pick up on these things. Because I do wonder if I've read some before where I didn't even spot that the character had ADHD, because at the time I didn't know I did. So I'm really intrigued. Waterstones have this really good policy that if you already own the book or you're not interested in reading it at all, you can take it back and get your money back, which I think is fantastic. So let's give this a bash and find out what is in here. I am nervous. I am hoping it's something I don't already own and something I am interested in, because I'm excited to do this. Let's see if I can unwrap this in such a way that I don't catch a glimpse of the book until it's open on camera. Oh, they wrapped this up good and proper. This way around? Oh, wait. Okay, this is exciting. No, this is exciting because a number of reasons. Alright, so I don't own this. Number one, I don't own this. Number two, I have heard of it. Number three, I've heard fantastic things. Number four, I have this on my radar because of the ADHD representation. Okay, this has worked out fantastically and I am very, very excited. Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake by Maisie Eddings. It's a romance. It's got ADHD representation. I'm interested in it and I don't own it. Ticks all of the boxes. Let's find out what it's about. Chaotic, messy and madly in love. Why does this sound exactly like me? Lizzie Blake has made endless mistakes. Kitchen fires, pyramid schemes, you name it, she's done it and made a mess of it too. Okay, I'm not that bad. I have almost had a kitchen fire and it wasn't my fault. My best friend left the hob on and I was drying the dishes and then just casually threw, I've never done it again, casually threw the towel towards the hobs and it immediately set fire and she had to throw it outside and get rid of it. She almost threw it on my fake grass in my garden as well. Yes, I'm lazy enough to have fake grass, don't judge me for it. It would never get caught otherwise. So almost a kitchen fire, no pyramid schemes though. One mistake she never makes, risking anything more serious than a one-off hookup, but after losing yet another bakery job due to her uncontrollable ADHD, she breaks her cardinal rule and has a two-night stand. Interesting. Once burned, twice shy, Rake has given up on relationships and feelings, any form of intimacy for that matter. 2 nights with charming chaotic Lizzie might have him lowering his guard, but then he's heading back to Australia, far away from the surprising feelings that she seems to inspire. But when Lizzie realises she's pregnant, I see the trope that not many people like. But when Lizzie realises she's pregnant, Rake knows he'll do anything to be in his child's life. But emotional vulnerability is off the table. Except everyone makes mistakes and Lizzie and Rake might have just stumbled upon the best mistake of their lives. Didn't see that coming. Makes sense as to why the trope that, you know, the person who recommended this is a trope that usually they don't like. I understand not a lot of people usually like this one. I haven't read a lot of books in which there's been an accidental pregnancy, to be honest, so I don't know if I like this trope or not. But the fact that we are told about it straight up is interesting, and I think it's a good marketing process as well, because I think it's well known that not a lot of people like that trope, and I think it's interesting that they've put it on the back of the book because this would turn a lot of people away, I think. But it depends on how interested you are in the first portion of that description. So I am interested. Rachel Lynn Solomon, Helen Huang and Rosie Dannon have all put reviews on the back, as well as Chloe Leese on the front. I've read from Chloe Leese and Helen Huang. I've got books from Rachel Lynn Solomon. Nice. For anyone who's been told they're too loud, too emotional, too much, you are the perfect amount of enough. I love it. I am freaking hyped. Awesome. I'm so excited. Please don't let me down. I've heard great things. Right, I'm going to get on and at some point read this soon. So I'll be back to update you and let you know my thoughts. I'm so interested in this. That's made my day. I'm not going to lie. That has made my day. All right, I'm going to go. I will check back in with you in a little bit. Okay, hello. We're going to ignore just how rough I look. It's a couple of days after my mum's party and I'm still recovering. I'm not going to lie. It was a great time. Let's just try and lift you up. Oh shit. Just try and lift you up one because it's a little bit better. I have started Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake by Maisie Eddings. I wanted to call her Mady. I'm not sure why. I'm currently 57 pages in. I'm not too far in, but I have started it. And I did start off, I'm not going to continue doing this just because I haven't got the time, to be quite honest. But I did start off highlighting and annotating the book. Because in the very beginning, I related so hard to Lizzie. I still relate very hard to Lizzie, but there was a couple of things right in the beginning of the book, in the first chapter, that I was like, oh shit. So we are following Lizzie, whose life is very chaotic. She has ADHD, and her life is incredibly chaotic. She ends up in the beginning making a big mistake at work, coming home, complaining to her flatmate about it, etc, etc. She then goes out to go on a date. The guy never shows and she ends up bumping into this guy called Rake at the bar. Now, Rake has kind of like lost faith in relationships and stuff. He's given up and on them, and they end up going home together and having a one-night stand, which then turns into a two-night stand, and things seem to be developing, and I'm very intrigued to see where this goes. The synopsis does say that this continues on in such a way that Rake is from Australia. He ends up going back to Australia and then finding out that Lizzie is pregnant, and he wants to do everything he can to be there for the baby and for Lizzie how he can. Whether or not that means a relationship, I don't know, or whether it's just that he wants to be there for the baby, I'm not sure, but I'm intrigued by this. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the baby trope, and I've only seen it I've only come across it in a couple of books. I don't have a lean one way or the other. I'm glad that it tells you up front that that's in here, and I think Maisie's done the best thing there. I think it could put a lot of people off because they don't like the trope as a whole, but I think the fact that she's been upfront about it is very good. So I'm really intrigued to continue on with this one. I am enjoying the rep in here as far as the ADHD is concerned, and I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying the writing style, so I'm going to continue on with this, and I will continue giving you updates as I make my way through. But yeah, enjoying myself. So hello. Okay, it's the next day. I didn't get a chance to wash my hair. I was too tired last night, and then this morning I was too tired to get up too early enough to do it before the plasterer came round. So if you hear talking and banging, 'tis the plasterer. So last night I did make some more progress on Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake, and I am currently on page 120 now. I actually think I doubled like my page count last night, so I am really enjoying this. There is a lot of this that I relate to with Lizzie as far as the ADHD is concerned, and how I feel when my day doesn't go to plan, or I'm struggling to kickstart myself. Like today, I am really struggling today mentally to get myself motivated to get on with my day, with feeling lazy, with not being able to do things that neurotypical people can do, the way that they do it, as efficient as they do it, and as organized as they do it. So it's very, very relatable in that sense, and my heart goes out to her massively, because I have the same feelings as her. It's never been as severe with her it's never been as severe with my family as it is with hers, as far as like the, oh my god, you're such a disappointment, like you're so lazy, why can't you just do things the way that we do them, etc, etc. It's never been as severe as that, but there have been cases of, for God's sake, Steph, like, it's just pure laziness. Like, what is the matter with you? Just get it done. I don't understand why you can't do this. etc, etc. But I have never had it in which my parents would deem me a disappointment if things haven't gone to plan or whatever. We just, you know, they support me to just get back up, brush myself off and carry on and try again. So even without knowing about my ADHD, because I'm only just going through the process of being diagnosed, which is you know, new to me. And my mum actually has taken it on the chin massively. She's I went through my questionnaire with her. I think my dad's a little bit more skeptic, but I went through the questionnaire with her from my childhood, and I would ask her questions and she would go, you know what, yeah, I hadn't even thought about it, and how have we as your parents missed this, how have teachers missed this, etc, etc. And I think she's actually a little bit gutted that it has been missed, and I have been struggling this whole time. So I don't blame them by any means. It's not their fault, do you know what I mean? It does get missed. It's very easy to miss in women and be misdiagnosed. So yeah, but very relatable on that front. But we have just had the section where, so Lizzie now knows she's pregnant. She has told Rake. In fact, she was very quick to tell Rake, and I think that is quite impressive. I know that some people would wait until they're a few months in and then tell them or whatever. She's been very quick to tell him, and he's been very quick to act and be like, right, I'm coming over from Sydney now, I'll do a 24-hour layover and stay with you, and we will figure some shit out. And he's already in the process of trying to be like, I will move to the States, I'll move to Philly so I can be with you and we can raise the baby, etc. But he's also taken it a little bit too far. He was like, I think we should get married, and she's like, no. That's going too far. But they did just have a not a meeting by any means, but went out for a meal with some of Lizzie's friends, and Rake went with her. They've never heard of Rake before, because obviously it was supposed to be just like a 2-night stand. They've never heard of Rake before. They don't know Lizzie's pregnant, and she announces it at the table, and straight away one of her friends is on her, down her throat. What are you going to do? You've got options. You can't keep the baby. You don't even know this guy. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Straight on her, down her throat immediately, to the point that Lizzie could barely answer the questions and she was feeling like shit. And Rake stepped in, and I was like, my dude, respect. He stepped straight in. He was like, I think with the greatest of respect, I think you need to shut up, because I am not going to sit here and allow you to make her feel worse than she already does. Did we plan this? No. Do we know what we're doing? No. But we're figuring things out and we plan on making it work, and that is the most we can do right now, and she doesn't need you jumping down her throat and making her feel worse for this than she already does. So we're gonna go. And they left, and I was like, respect, because my dude, that was awesome. He didn't know these people, and Lizzie was overwhelmed. She had a lot going on, and he spotted it straight away, and I was like, yes, 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 yes. So yeah, I am truly enjoying this right now, and I'm going to continue on with it and hopefully finish it today. That is my plan anyway. So yeah, I may come back and update you again. I may not. I may just wait till the end and update you at that point, unless there's something else I want to tell you about and shout about and be like, yes, let's go. So yeah, I do apologise if I sound a little bit quiet on this. I feel awkward about filming while there's people in the house. So I'm gonna go and try and get this done. Today's gonna be a struggle. I think this week's gonna be a struggle, quite frankly. I'm going away next week and I just cannot wait. I am already there in my mind. I have so much to do before then. So yeah, I will check back in with you when I've got another update for you on this. Good morning, my sweet angels. I did finish Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake last night by Maisie Eddins, and I'm really happy with myself, I'm not gonna lie. I have a 24-hour reading challenge starting today for the next 2 days, and I'm really glad I managed to get through this before that started. So I really enjoyed this one. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. If I gave half stars, 4 stars on Goodreads. And I had a really good time. I think the ADHD representation in here was really, really good. It's probably one of the first times that I've actually experienced it in a book. But as far as my standings are concerned and my experience with ADHD, I think it was pretty accurate. I do go through you know, ADHD is very chaotic. It is a struggle. You will constantly be called names from your peers and from your family and from friends. You will constantly have daily struggles with feeling like you're lazy and not good enough and you're not doing enough, and no matter what, it's just a constant struggle. I started saying this yesterday, but I literally had one of these days yesterday. It was like trying to kickstart a jumbo jet with me yesterday. I just couldn't get going at all, and it wasn't until I started doing sprints at 6 o'clock in the evening with my patrons that I actually smashed a whole day's workout in 3 hours. And sometimes it's like that. Sometimes I get nothing done all day and then I do 3 hours of solid work, absolutely intense, and smash about 8 hours of workout in 3 hours. And then other days I have an entire 16-hour day where I'm just working non-stop to the point that I've forgotten to eat, I've forgotten to contact anyone, I've barely moved out of the chair other than to pee, and it's been a really intense day. Those days I will then do nothing for like 2 days after because my brain is completely overstimulated. But yeah, sometimes you can have very all or nothing situations when you've got ADHD, and I know this can happen with people without ADHD as well, but with ADHD people this is very, very regular. The side questing is a lot as well. I get that a lot. I end up side questing so hard that sometimes I forget what I was even fucking doing, and it takes me a day or two to get back to it. But yeah, this was fantastic though. I had a really, really good time. I can understand why people stay away from the baby trope. It makes sense to me why you would do that. I do think that I prefer an established child already in the relationship, if that makes sense, rather than accidental pregnancy. I mean, I wouldn't avoid a book because of it if the trope was in it, but I think I prefer it where there's a child already established within the relationship somewhere, rather than accidental pregnancy. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I won't be avoiding it otherwise. But I really enjoyed this one. I enjoyed the relationship between Lizzie and Rake. I thought it was really, really good. I think the back and forth between trying to do what was best for them, but also for the baby, in regards to not rushing into a relationship and therefore kind of staying away from each other sexually, was concerned, but the sexual tension was fantastic. I just thought it was really, really good. I understand why Lizzie lost her head in the end with the third act breakup. It does also mention rejection sensitivity disorder as well in here, and I thought that was really, really good. I think the way they explain it is fantastic, and you know, sometimes there's been situations where I haven't even realised that's what's going on with me, and it's taken a lot for me to understand what that is specifically, and I think this book did a very good job of explaining it in layman's terms, and I really appreciated that. Actually, I think this does a very good job of breaking ADHD down for people that don't have it but may have people who have it within their lives, and I think this is a really good book for people with ADHD and people without it but have someone in their life with ADHD, because I think it will give you an insight into exactly what it's like. Not 100%, and maybe some of it is kind of overdone a little bit, but I think it's a very good way of doing it, and I really enjoyed it. I had a fantastic time with it. So yeah, 4 to 4.5 stars for this one. Well, 4.5 stars, 4 stars on Goodreads, and I had a good time, and I think this experiment was very, very good, and I would definitely do it again. I think I'm going to keep my eyes open for the blind dates with a book in Waterstones again in the future. I probably won't give it a go again from Etsy, unfortunately, just on the basis that it is a risk and I can't get the book back if it's a book I've already got, whereas with Waterstones they do have a policy you can take it back if you're not interested or you already own it. So I probably will give that another go. But yeah, I think overall this was a success. So chat to me in the comments down below. If you've got any other ADHD book recommendations for me, let me know in the comments down below. Did you enjoy this vlog? Would you like to see me do it again? And chat to me in the comments down below, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.